The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Pit Life BBQ podcast. Join us around the pit as we talk all things barbecue. Now here is your host, Johnny Maggs.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life BBQ podcast, coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire. Chrissy, what's going on?
Not a lot. I mean, there's somebody on screen next to you.
We do? We got someone in the thing?
I'm having like flashbacks,
Yeah.
like PTSD. I know that face.
That face.
Yeah.
Who can't love that face? Look at, I just want to touch his cheeks.
I
Dee-dee-dee.
You can see them now.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Yo. What's up, homie?
Same old stuff. Where the hell is the friggin' show?
Pit Life BBQ is live now on the Pit Life BBQ.
Oh, no, I just got the...
Oh, okay, cool.
I
I'm
just
like,
got
it's
the
there. I
notifications.
swear.
There we go.
We're not just talking to ourselves.
So what's happening, dude?
Yo, bro. What's up?
Nothing,
Good to be
man.
kind of back in the seat, floating over it, maybe. You know.
You're in A seat.
The A seat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely in the seat, that's for sure. Oh, man, oh, man. Come on, what the hell? Why is this happening? I hate technology.
What's
there we
happening,
go.
buddy?
I needed to get the Pit Life one, so I got the full chat. There's Dutch, Brother Alton, C. Mac, Mrs. Maggs, Max calling you out, Crawd Daddy. Woohoo, Ben Ross, what's going on?
What's up, boys?
Oh, so we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna recap this year's comps. We got the hot topic that I picked up going through a couple of the other shows on food, barbecue restaurants and trucks. So we'll get Greg's insight on that. Kyle, what's happening? Kevin Turner, Robert, what's going on?
What's up, boys? Kyle. You know, I tried to find my yellow V-neck for today, but it was in the wash because I just wore it a couple days ago, and our washing machine's broken. So we got another one coming Thursday, but I haven't been able to get that thing. I was hoping to have that yellow V-neck. I know everyone misses that.
I mean, I was going to say, but.
Cold smoking sausage on the backyard pit. Nice. Clarence Joseph, CJ, what's happening? So let's get this show on the road. Oh, let's get down to the brass tacks.
To the brass tacks.
Why don't you take it?
You want me to do this?
Do it. Let's go.
I mean, there's no teleprompter here. It's been a while, but hey, you ever wonder why people aren't lining up for your barbecue? But you look out the window, and everyone's lining up at your neighbor's, and that's because your neighbor is using Uncle Steve's shake, and apparently you're not, which means one thing, Chrissy.
You better get you some.
You know what? Uncle Steve's shake is handmade, uses only the finest ingredients, and comes in over 10 amazing flavors. If you can eat it, Uncle Steve has a shake for it. And if you have any shake questions, Uncle Steve has fantastic customer service. They'll answer all your shake needs. It's time to take your backyard and your competition game to that next level with Uncle Steve Shake. Shake some on everything. And also check out his Facebook group, the Uncle Steve Shake Nation. Also brought to you by
Two Guys Smoke Shop and twoguyscigars.com. Whether I'm barbecuing or not, we always keep the smoke rolling thanks to our friends at twoguyscigars.com. Today I am smoking the J.C. Newman, the American. Thanks to my friends at twoguyscigars.com. I get to smoke some of the best cigars in the world, and so can you. Just visit twoguyscigars.com for your perfect barbecue companion. That's the number 2guyscigars.com. Also brought to you by
Backline Fabrication and Backline Smokers, the guy that makes those right there. As you know, Johnny has Miss Mary. This is the night train. Look at Ryan out of Austin, Texas, talks to you, gets to know you, and incorporates what's important in your lives into your smoker. Every build is personal, and the possibilities are absolutely endless. Every square inch fabricated by Ryan Newland. Check him out at Backline Fab on Instagram, Backline Fabrication on Facebook, backlinefabrication.com. You won't be disappointed, peeps. These things run like Maseratis. No joke. Also brought to you by
MagnaChef gloves. Our brother Al Infante knows a little something about fire management, being a Miami-Dade firefighter. He designed these gloves for all your barbecue needs. Made of food-grade silicone, the patented magnetic clip for the easy on and off, heat rated up to 500 degrees, the two-finger web fit for firm grip, one size fits all, dishwasher safe. But if you're more of the traditional five-finger gloves, Al has you covered now too. With
which
his
I don't have a pair of, by the way.
Freedom gloves, which is your five-finger neoprenes with the extra long gauntlet to protect the forearms. Mm-hmm. Same everything, easy on and off, magnetic clips, but these right here, heat rated 932 degrees. We were literally at Ryan's shop in Austin doing the first cook on Miss Mary, and we were literally holding the charcoal basket fully engulfed with the coals in the wood, flame shooting up, and just sitting there holding it, no flinching. These gloves practice what they preach. Check them out at magnachef.com, and at checkout, use the code ROYAL21. That's ROYAL21 for 15% off your order. MagnaChef gloves, master the fire. Freedom gloves, take a stand, free your hands. Also brought to you by CustomCuttingBoardsRS.com. Brother Ian Hemming is making what I call the Yeti of cutting boards out of Magnolia, Texas. These boards take an absolute beating, from the dishwasher board, which is your standard countertop board, to the massive 18 by 36 brisket board, and then the pizza board for that perfect slice every time. Check them out at CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. That is the letter R, us.com. All right, who else we got in here? Kyle C-Max talking 7,000 degrees. The commish, what's up, brother?
What's up, commish?
The commish is in the house. James Blunt, Juke, what's going on?
What's up, Juke?
Hold on, Kyle.
I can't see the chat because I'm in the Zoom.
Yeah, Kyle's up to his shit again. Harold, what's happening? So, first off, for everyone listening, we always start the same way. Who is Greg Digorgio, the BBQ Broker? How they? Well, fuck that. We all know.
Shit, you guys know me.
We're no stranger. So, what's been going down, son? You are on location. I'm assuming up at the Pig.
Yep. I am. I'm here on location. That's the Big Pig over there. That's the restaurant over there. That's you can see it right there on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the corner here, in the back, and I got the night train set up, and we're just chilling. I got a party of 40 tomorrow. It's been a pretty busy year.
Yeah, yeah.
It just keeps going. I don't know.
Things are going great out at the Pig for you, right?
These guys are awesome here. I mean, these guys are amazing. When I stepped down from the show in the spring, it was to come here and train. I knew I'd be working 50, 60 hours a week. So there was really not much time for any extracurriculars at that moment. And we came here and they had a whole new kitchen staff, and I helped get these guys through the spring and trained a bunch of the staff on how to smoke their meats and work their 2,000 gallon smoke offset smokers they got by Bison, and then I hired a dude from Hurtado who came in and obviously came in running, knows what he's doing. And these guys, they're friggin', the food's great here. And, it's places like this and, that are putting New England on the map for sure, helping to put New England on the map for barbecue. So now I'm just renting the kitchen. They said, why go? Stay. Use the kitchen. I'm renting the kitchen. Help them out with cooks every once in a while if they need help or need someone to fill in. It's just barbecue love, brother. You would think that two catering companies operating under the same roof would be competitive or worry about competition.
Yeah.
It's like these guys have referred me business that they couldn't handle. I've referred them business like pigs and stuff. People ask me to do pig roasts. I don't do them. I refer them to them, so we help each other out. We help each other grow and support each other. It's pretty awesome.
Nice. The give and take back and forth. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
So it's all going. I saw you were live yesterday trimming up some beautiful briskets, making that shit look easy now. I think I don't know. I might have trimmed over 1,000 briskets. I was thinking this year. I was thinking about it earlier because someone asked you during when you were live yesterday. I think it was Kurt Special, Curtis Kano.
Maybe.
I think asked how many briskets have you trimmed this year, and you stopped and went,
Well, definitely hundreds. Definitely hundreds. I mean, within my own company, I've trimmed a ton. But when I was, doing, I was slow. My stuff didn't really pick up till the summer. Big Pig was jamming in the spring. I was cooking anywhere from, 25 to 40 briskets at any time. Same with pork butts, 30, 40 pork butts. So, geez, I mean, think about all of that. Hey, see you later. Have a good night, buddy. All right. The rest of the guys leaving the restaurant. If you count those this year, and it's definitely in the high hundreds. I would say that I've trimmed this year. Isn't that crazy?
Wild. Fucking wild.
I just look at each one and just like, okay, this needs to go. This needs to come off. That can stay. This is too thin. It's like walking now. I don't even really pay much attention to it.
Oh yeah. Joe Forestier, what's happening? Chapin, KC, Joey. What's going on? Sinister
Joey.
Steak Company's in the house. What's the Gator?
Listen, Sinister Steak Company, shout out to those guys. Scott McDonald, great guy. Those guys took the GC this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at the Toy Drive, Neb's, New England Barbecue Society, tailgate barbecue competition that we did. Segway.
Yeah, if only we knew someone who took an 8th place rib on that competition.
Hey, I know a guy.
Do you?
I competed in this weekend for the first time without my boys. It was lonely, but I was in good company. People like Jay Scanlon from Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue up in
New York,
upstate New York. Driving in from upstate New York.
Yeah.
Just being part of that New England grill of this barbecue community. But Sinister, those guys have they're a steak a pro steak team. They do very well, and they're also crushing it. They have a barbecue team as well, and they're just killing it. Those guys put in some fantastic products this weekend. Competition's also addicting, man.
Yes, and I first want to sit here and say, Greg, I am proud of you.
Thank you
for your post you made the other day. Admitting you haven't a problem is the first step to recovery. Yep. And the fact that you finally came out and admitted to all of this, you are addicted to competition barbecue.
I am now. I have been since that first KCBS we did. Was it June of 2021? Was our first? Was our first one? Sorry, it's a little bit windy out here, guys. Yeah, man. I look back at that, and that was like the best we did in brisket. I think we came in like 18 or 19 out of like 30. And brisket's so hard for competition.
Yeah.
It is. It's so different. And I was like, that sucks. I was like, oh. But since then, we haven't done even that well. Ratio speaking, 26 out of 29. I never haven't come in last. I'm the brisket guy, and that's my jam when it comes to catering. But it's just different. Competition food is so different than anything you cook in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
Anything you cook for catering, it's just different. It's like anyone can cook tender ribs, right? Like anybody, like not anybody, but like you're a barbecue guy, you've been doing this for a while. Think about it. You get 25, 30 teams, 40 teams, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody there can cook tender ribs. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much everyone anyway, can cook tasty ribs. And I don't know, maybe not everyone can make them look pretty. That's kind of an art, and I have trouble with that, I think, because I'm not great at art. But think about how tender can you get them? It's like a tender. I feel that these comps are mostly a tenderness, and it's a beauty contest and a tenderness contest.
Yeah. I forget who the hell said it. Or it was on, it was either a live I was on watching, and they said it perfect. He goes, as far as the appearance and stuff, and, okay, I really don't care, because I'm going to whip your ass every time on tenderness. And he was dead set on it. He goes, you can outscore me on the appearance, you can outscore this. I'm gonna destroy you every time on tenderness. That he had his game on the tenderness game was that.
Who's this?
I can't remember.
I want to tell you something about that though.
It was definitely one of the guys out of Texas. That I know for sure.
It's funny. I could cook 30 racks of ribs for a catering job and all come out like that perfect pullback, the tenderness, that you're looking for. It's like perfect, and then I cook 4 racks for a competition and then I'm like having trouble with pullback and tenderness. What's happening here? It never goes the way you plan it, but that's the thing. Like maybe I do have a few racks within those 30 or 25 that aren't as tender as the other ones, but I don't notice it because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
And by the time I cambro them or put them in the cooler and take them to the job and they sit for an hour in the pan,
you hit the
maybe they're getting more tender. You know what I mean? So and you also have to judge that when you're traveling too. That's a whole other thing. But you have to also judge carryover in barbecue comps too with your food. If your brisket's done super early, it sits in the cambro. So you don't burp that thing.
Oh yeah.
I overcooked 2 comps ago. I think it was a Budweiser comp we did in June. I feel like I overcooked that brisket a little bit because I never burped the cambro. It's just this little steps that you just forget because there's so much.
Going
on,
yeah. I did it the other day. Obviously I'm still learning. The new pit and not used to the efficiency of the back line. You know what I mean? Yeah. So my mind was still the Okie Joe Highland, and so I had.
Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, good. Okay,
and
a piece of wood. Beautiful pit, by the way. Wow, what a great job Brian did.
Huh? Oh, dude, I'm a little biased, but it's breathtaking. It is just wild.
I can't wait to see it. That color looks money, dude. I can't wait to see it. In person.
He, if I remember right, he actually had to go to Arizona to get that paint.
No way. Wow.
He said, he goes, yeah, I'm going to visit my mother and I'm going to pick up the paint because they're the only place that has it. So
imagine
that plum crazy purple. But yeah, so the mindset still with the Oklahoma Joe trying to transfer all my cooking stuff and my times and everything to the back line. You know, it did get me the other weekend when I did one of the briskets that I brought back from Texas, my little Texas contraband.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I had...
HEB?
Yep.
HEB's money, isn't it?
I love that store.
HEB, like, why don't we just get some money together and open up an HEB here to sell quality brisket for a quality price?
Dude, around here, you go for a full packer, right? That put it that, you know, 12, 15 pound friggin' range. Choice.
Yeah.
Starts at 70, 80 bucks. This was the prime down there, 60 bucks. You know, it's like, okay.
So like a 15 pounder.
Yeah, 15 pound full, full packer.
Three something a pound. What do they get?
Yeah, I forget what it is. I still got the other one still in the freezer, so I'll check what the price of the pounds was. But right next to it, they had Wagyus for 130 bucks.
Yeah.
You know, it was like,
wild.
It's like, holy shit.
I know.
But yeah, it caught me because I had because I wound up doing it overnight because I was just nervous because they always took me so long on the Oklahoma Joe. So this was, so I threw it on about 9:30 Saturday night. It was in the cooler resting at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, it just ran so efficiently, but I had temped it. And it was sitting there right about 195. The center still had just a hair of resistance to it. So I'm like, all right, let me give it. And here's what screwed me on it. My mind is still Oklahoma Joe. Okay, which don't get me wrong, that pit had got me through, got me learned it all. That pit owes me nothing. Not saying anything bad about it. But I'm like, okay, let me give it another 20 minutes and then we're good. That friggin' 20 minutes, that brisket jumped from 193 to 195 to like 208.
Perfect.
It was like, ooh, you know, but they threw it in the thing. But like you said, it's I kept burping it, but it's still I don't think I did it enough. Because
did you let it how long did you let it rest before you put it in the cooler? That's a big one.
This one, I probably let it go about 45 minutes because the dogs were getting a little antsy. And I can wait up to 2
hours sometimes. I have to wait up to 2 hours sometimes.
Oh, really?
I always build a 2 hour rest when hour and a half maybe. Like now it'll, like in the summertime, forget about it. Like it'll take 2 hours for these briskets to go from, you know, the 205 to, I cook pretty much everything 205 to 210 range.
Yeah.
I find that everything's kind of within the upper 205 to 10 rather than 200 to 205 for the real breakdown of everything. But, you know, I'll cook it up there and then I rest it in the racks. And after an hour, I'm still 195, 190. And I want to be down in like the 175 range, 170 range is kind of where I'm looking to be before we put them in before I put them in the warmer.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what we train the guys here at Big Pig to do because you could overcook them that way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at when I'm cooking for myself, there might be a when I'm that last brisket is just hanging in the high 200s and it's not really tender. It's almost there. It's like it needs another half hour. Like I'll take that and I'll throw that one right in the warmer. No shame.
Yeah.
No shame. It'll carry over. But that's just me being me. You know, you just have to know like if that's going to work or not. Couple test runs without screwing it up and you feel confident you can do shit like that. You don't want to train a new guy to do that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you hit an 8th place rib this weekend.
Yes. 11th overall.
When I had left the day I left for Texas.
Yep.
I had our good friend Len Will on, and we were talking about the 2nd annual BBQ Bedlam.
Yes, sir.
And that turned out all right for you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. A first place pork and third place beef, third place chicken, grand champion for the team, for Team NEP.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one, man.
Because it's different.
So
It's a different.
we got a wrestling belt.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hell
It's the
yeah.
best prize ever. If you're an '80s kid like me, that's better than a trophy.
Just had this strapped. Have the old strap over the shoulder.
That's it.
You know.
That's it.
But
look at there's like this. The point I was making earlier, the whole tenderness, there's so many great cooks out there that are putting New England on the map, that are driving from Connecticut, upstate New York, Rhode Island, all parts, and technically New York's not actually even in New England, but they're close enough.
Close enough.
We consider them family, unless we're talking about baseball. But anyway, it's like, I've realized that it's not just, a podcast or a Facebook group or a restaurant, a local barbecue restaurant in Boston that are putting, barbecue, New England barbecue on the map, or even competition. It's everyone. It is, I feel I'm involved in I try to be involved in as many different aspects of barbecue as possible. So I still consider myself a backyard guy, but yet I cater and can feed up to 200-300 people. Okay. I compete, I try to stay involved as possible. And I feel that what I've learned is that all these sectors are working together collectively. Your podcast, New England Pit Masters, amazing group that we have, your Pit Life group, these awesome restaurants like Big Pig Barbecue, Rusty Can, BT Smokehouse, just to name a few in Massachusetts. Who do barbecue in Connecticut, guys like that, and teams like Sinister, teams like Billy Gillespie, okay, and his team, Smoking Hogs, Fire at the End of the Day, Hogwash Barbecue, who got Rookie of the Year this year. Shout out to those guys.
Right? 16 Mesh,
16 Mesh, who just came back from the Jack.
Yeah.
Great guest to have on, by the way. You should get, that's a great one. Guys like that, Fire at the End of the Day. People that you may not have heard of before, but are right up there giving Bill Gillespie like the run for his money, at that level. And it's incredible, but there's so many great teams out there. Q Shanty, you got Rico out there doing it. There's a lot. Matt
from Matt's Backyard Barbecue. He's down in Texas at World Foods right now.
Another great guest to have on. Guys doing things. He's out at the World Food Invitational right now. We just so many great cooks and pit masters in New England. And now that I'm involved in a lot of different sectors, I'm just seeing how they all work well, how they all are kind of working together without even trying to work together. It's all happening. And I think collectively it's really helping to put New England on the map, man. And I'm and then of course, our brothers out, in Texas barbecue chapter, our brothers out there who give us love and give us support and help our growth outside of New England. We can use all the help we can get. Let's face it. We're not known for barbecue, but we're not known for barbecue, but I'll assure you this. There's a lot of people here with tremendous love.
Oh, yeah.
For barbecue. Low and slow and hot and fast, both.
100%. There it is. Uncle Steve in the house. Oh,
my dude. What's up, brother?
Uncle Steve. All right, folks. Real quick. Uncle Steve is running a Thanksgiving turkey special. Order a large competition bird shake and a large sweet dessert shake and get a free either smoke bomb or sweet and spicier. Your orders need to be in, to have them by Thanksgiving, need to be in, but he said by probably Thursday, November 17th, so the week before. He said possibly the 18th, but then you're dealing with it sitting over a Sunday somewhere along the line before it really starts moving. But for the Pit Life listeners and followers, he's adding a little something to the deal. If you order the competition bird shake and the sweet dessert shake, in the comment section of the order form, mention Pit Life BBQ and then any of the flavors you want, that's the one you get, not necessarily the smoke bomb or the sweet and spicy. You want a gator shake, you get a gator shake. You want the original, you get the original. The South Texas Red, you get the South Texas Red. Just mention Pit Life BBQ and whatever rub from the entire line you want, and get those orders in by the 17th so you have them here for Thanksgiving. So you're doing great on the circuit with the boys, by yourself. You're loving it, enjoying it, meeting so many great people, bringing that love all the way around. Next year, do you have any already on the horizon that you definitely going to want to look into? Maybe some you didn't do, or definitely some you did do. Obviously, probably the Merrimack, KCBS, obviously Bedlam. You know, are there a few more on the horizon that you want to try out, or you're going to kind of stick with the ones you've done?
Well, I think that, we definitely love the Granite State one that we did. And that was at Budweiser last year, and it might be at Budweiser this year again. I think that's a good one. We try to do the Granite State every year, and we'll definitely try to do the same ones we did last year. And I would like to do more of those Nebs, Nebs ones with the chicken and ribs.
Yeah.
With catering, it's hard to get out there on the weekends and do it, but I think that I can try to squeeze some in before we get busy in April, June's time, or let's say around May or June. And those, it would be really great to see a lot more people from New England that are backyard guys getting out there and doing more of these Nebs contests that Kathy Trainer's doing. Chicken and ribs, you get there at 6:00, you're out of there by 4:30. It's easy. You don't have to camp out. They're cheaper. So I'm looking to do more of those. It's hard to get all four of us together.
Yeah.
And it's expensive too. We don't have any sponsors or anything. So to getting out there, at least not yet. We're working on a few. But to get out there for the weekend, rent an RV, we could probably pull it off, a couple times a year. And then, we're all going to try to collectively do some of the backyard ones. I'm going to try to do as many as I can. And I'll try to get whoever can make it, whether it be CMAC or, Crawdaddy or KUR. I'll try to grab one of them for those. If they all can't make it, we'll do the best we can. There is a state comp, an SCA comp that I want to do next March 1st. And I think it's in Endenfield, Connecticut.
Yes.
I want to do that one. We did that one SCA when we did the first KCBS, which at the first Granite State in 2021. And we came in like 13th out of 26, which was we had no idea what we were doing.
For the first state, yeah.
For the first one, and we're like, shit, that's not bad. If that little nipple thing didn't pop out the center of the steak at the last moment, we might have even got top 10. So that was fun because you got a bunch of guys standing around. Actually, what we were cooking on was with an 18-inch Weber kettle without with the wrong size grill grates that Chris had from his Rec Tech that we shoved in there. And it was like, put the steak down. And then you spray, you lift it up, you spray, you scrape, you spray, you put it down, you turn it. Someone's got the timer, someone's got the sprayer, someone's got the spatula. and you're all like doing like a pit stop. You know what I mean? And it was just it's so much fun. And those are pretty inexpensive to do, and they're one day in and one day out. You don't have to camp out. So I'd like to do some more SCAs as well if I could, either with the team, if they can make it, or by myself. I'll do as much as I can with time permitting, and catering picking up as it is every season. So
For sure.
So yeah, man, shit. And I'd like to see you get out there. Me and you, maybe we could do a freaking, Saturday chicken and ribs with Miss Mary.
Yep. I'm looking into it.
I don't have to bring King Kong, which I get laughed. By the way, I get laughed at, which I'm fine with. Okay, I get laughed at Comps because I bring a 500-gallon catering hog. All right, to the freaking show. I could fit like 3 pigs in this thing. It's not your normal, it's not your normal catering or competition rig. But what people don't realize is that this thing runs like a 250.
Yeah.
Okay. And it takes probably less wood than a Lang 250 will take.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just to run it at temp. So as big as it is, it's efficient. And guess what? I have zones.
Yeah.
As many zones as I want. 100%. I even got a microwave. Top right if I want.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I got my eye on a couple. Actually, I think Kathy yesterday had a post hinting to another one. I think she said it was in the comments, it was looking in May, but it looked like they didn't have it there this year, but they were going to go back next year. So I got to keep an eye out for that. Because my
snowshoe, I have the snowshoe as well, which was cold last year.
But I gotta get it all timed out. I need to talk with her to find out when she has the entire list of events, and then pick and choose those. I'd like to do them the Budweiser in Merrimack, but I'm also thinking of just going completely fucking crazy and thinking about the Smoke on the Mountain in Galax, Virginia, in end of July, the third week in July, the 21st and 22nd.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was talking with Mark Williams when I had gone to Malcolm's shop on my way to Texas. Me and Mark and Mikey were talking. And he's like, yo, he goes, come on down. He goes, with this new rig, he goes, we set right up on Main Street. we have a hell of a time.
That's fun.
And he went wild down there. He left with a damn orchestra, because that's the competition that they do the instruments as the trophies. So the grand champion gets the banjo and all that good stuff and the fiddles. So I have to look into that one, because that one will be expensive.
I just thought of one that I want to do that I missed last year. The Grumpy Cup.
The Grumpy
Cup. It's in July, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a cannabis cup and a barbecue competition at the same freaking time.
No.
Yes. And I'm 420 friendly. Oh, I'm not ever running.
Remind me,
president.
I got some news for you.
Okay.
On that one, I got a little inside information on
the 420 front line.
On the 420 front lines of someone who is in the barbecue world, rub and seasoning sauce company, who is coming out with
some infused products.
With some infused sauce. I can't give the name yet.
I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say anything.
But we'll touch base on that. Yep. But we had spoken earlier on a hot topic that I keep finding popping up.
Yep.
On a couple different shows I listen to, and I wanted to get your opinion. I wanted to get Mike's opinion. Oh shit! I almost fucked this up. Michael is going to join me today, but he's having some work done at the house. And the contractor wound up coming today instead of, I believe he was supposed to come tomorrow. So Mike was unable to do it. But Greggy boy stood up and goes, yo, let's do this. And that's what we're
I
doing.
said, I'm here. Let's go, baby.
So the hot topic that I'm finding out on a couple of these shows is somewhat like the term pitmaster that we had spoken with CJ before, but sold out. So not sold out like you sold out of the no. As like in sold out of product.
Product.
So a restaurant, a caterer, a food truck.
Yes.
It seems, I can't even say it's a double-sided sword on this. It almost seems it's like a four-way split on it because you have, okay, you can take the sold out as a positive. You went through all your product. Or you could see it on a negative end of, well, you didn't have enough product. But you can also see it on a consumer end. Oh, I need to go to the BBQ Broker. I need to go to Messy Mike's. I see on their Instagram and their Facebook that they keep their product keeps selling out. So it's in demand. You also have the negative aspect of it of, well, man, I can't even go and get anything because they sell out all the time. I can never get any product. What's your opinion on the sold out? Because it can go so many ways. And we had a great conversation about it this afternoon, but go ahead. Well, your opinion.
Well, I guess we'll start off with the sold out, the type of sold out where you didn't judge correctly. Unless you're a new restaurant, and it's the first couple weeks or whatever, that can be common. You don't know how busy you're going to be, and you're trying to judge what you're going to cook. So maybe you misjudge a few times, but inexperienced or a restaurant that's been open for a while should know how to judge that pretty well after a little bit. Kind of the same with the caterer cooking for 100 people. Oh, how many briskets do I need? Or, am I going to be short? And, how many am I going to be left over? Because I don't want to be short, I think that all comes with experience. But I think as a generally speaking, I think that when you own a barbecue restaurant or a food truck and you're selling barbecue, there's a delicate balance between freshness or quality of the product and making money. Because as much as we love smoking meats, if you've opened up a company, you put your heart and soul and pretty much everything you own dollar-wise into that. So as much as you love doing it, you have to make a living. So in meat, it's expensive. It's really expensive. So, I don't know some of these of the greats out there that are reheating brisket the next day. I think that if you have leftover brisket, maybe you donate some, maybe some's going in some beans, or, you're repurposing it and, whatever. You're making chili and stuff like that. But most of the time, you want to serve the freshest product possible. So, you don't want to ever have too much product left over because that just squeezes the margins that are already squeezed with beef, in poultry and all the prices of meat that have skyrocketed over the last couple of years. There's been a place in Kansas City that said that even recommended, we don't recommend the brisket, but it's here if you want it because it's so expensive and they have to charge so much for it.
Yeah.
So I think that and the other thing is like you can only have so much smoker space.
Yeah.
Right. So if the guys here, Big Pig, got 2 1000s and a 2500, same with the Rusty Can, the 2500, gallons of smoker space. If you can only fit so much meat in there, and if you're busy, you're going to sell out. And guess what? I want to go to that barbecue restaurant because they're selling out. And if you've been open for a while and you're still selling out, you're not misjudging. You're cooking to max capacity and you're just selling out. And as long as you're not selling out too early,
Oh,
that
yeah.
might be a T right there.
And, you know,
You sell it out too early, you know.
And I had, when I had talked to Mike about this, and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can open up, the first guy in line comes in and
Mm-hmm.
goes, I want an entire brisket, I want 3 racks of ribs, and I want 2 trays of macaroni and cheese. Just that order right there has thrown your whole day of planning way off.
Or has it? Because you cooked all that in your head, making X amount of money. This is the max I can cook. You know what? If you sell out early, that was just a really fluke type of scenario, and you should be happy. Go enjoy your family for a few hours that you never see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because you've made your money for the day, which is the goal. You know? But like if you open at 11, like in Texas, places sell out within a couple hours, right? We don't have that here in New England because it's not a barbecue destination hotspot, right? So you open up at 11 or 12, 11:30, and you open till 8, okay? If you make it all day and you sell out a brisket around 7:30, you freaking judged it perfectly, my friend. Perfectly.
Yeah.
That's a perfect judge. Like, that's perfect. Have a brisket left over, maybe. Use it for chili. Use it in the beans. No problem. Make steak and make steak bombs. There's no shame in using a 2-day-old brisket to make a steak bomb.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with that? Steak and cheese. Like, nothing wrong with that.
And the other thing that you got to understand is the time involved. It's not like you can just we're getting low on brisket. Oh, just throw another one on. Yeah. And give it an hour and we'll be good. We'll be back. No. It don't work that way. Right? You know, shit, even ribs, you know. Yeah, you
5 hours.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours. What are you going to do?
4 hours. Yeah.
You can't just throw a couple more burgers on the grill.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard business if you think about it. It's a tough business of in a balance of, okay, you know, I got last week's numbers to go off or last year's numbers at this time, or, you know, and we did X amount of dollars. So I cooked so many briskets. That's why note taking is very important in making sure that you're comparing week to week and year to year. And you're trying to just order as much as you think you're going to sell. You're not always going to get it right, but you're hoping that there's a balance of, you know, of times where you sell out and don't sell out, that they balance each other, that you're profitable. But it's a tough thing to do because, again, yeah, you are putting all this time into it. People don't realize when they come to eat at your restaurant or when you do a catering gig, yeah, I'm there for a couple hours serving, or you come into the restaurant at Big, and you know, you spend 20 minutes, half an hour here. We've been cooking that for like 15 to 18 hours. You got those combined between your brisket, 12-hour cook, and your ribs, 6-hour or 5-hour cook. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of time that goes into that. So we don't want to lose money.
Yeah.
And we want to stay open for you so we can be here for you. But that's going to require us to sell out. We're cooking as much food as we can. We need to sell out to stay in business.
Yeah.
You want to have that, you know? So controversial? I don't know. I think if you look at it from a consumer standpoint, which we are, obviously, you know, if you were in Texas for a week and this place kept selling out and it was on your list, how bad would you want to be there? How early are you going to get up the next morning and try to make it there?
Shit, me, the family, Ryan, and everybody, we were sitting at Valentina's at 7:45 in the morning when they opened up to make sure we got the real deal Holyfield breakfast taco. You know,
which I heard are amazing.
Oh, dude,
real deal Holyfield taco.
Oh,
it just sounds good, doesn't it?
Oh, it was legit. It was legit. Yeah. But yeah, I you know, it's an interesting, just like the when we had talked about the term pitmaster. It's an interesting topic to see the different views because, especially with the sold out, it's coming from all different angles. It's coming from a pitmaster, a chef. It's coming from the consumer, a happy consumer, an angry consumer. It's coming from so many different angles. It's just going to be. It's an interesting topic. I'm like, that is a badass question. So I think I'm definitely gonna keep that in the standard.
You can't make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And there are going to be people that are going to be upset over it, especially if they're in town somewhere visiting and they just can't get into a place or they sell out. Dude, they've been in line twice. You know, when I was at Truth, I was in line and Schmitty was in front of me. He got the last of the brisket. I was like, the only thing I wanted to get was Truth brisket. Okay. Truth barbecue brisket. And I was in Houston and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I'm in there. I'm in line with Rome and Mad Max and Robert and Schmitty, and we're all like just waiting. And all of a sudden I hear the guy. I'm like 10 people back, and I hear, "What a sliced brisket." I'm like, "What? No." Next thing you know, Schmitty's in front of me, and he's like, "I'll get some of the brisket," and then boom, then I'm like, and then he goes, "Sold out of brisket," and I'm like, you got to be shitting me, right? I'm like, really? Really? I'm like, I'm next in line and you sold out a brisket? So I experienced this firsthand. But here's what I did catch on the way out. I see them carving up a brisket. I was like, yo, what's up with that? And he's like, this is for a catering job. And I'm like, I traveled all the way from Boston to try some brisket and you sold out. He goes, Austin? He goes, just drive back. I go, Boston, Massachusetts.
With
he goes,
a B.
Oh, shit. He puts a piece of wax paper on the top and he cut the strip of burnt ends off the side of the point. He cubes them up in like 6 pieces, puts them on the wax paper, and we all ate them. And I was like, damn,
money.
Skippy.
Money. Yep. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
Right, Matt was at Valentina's on Sunday. Got there at 8 o'clock, was served within 10 minutes. Yeah, they got it legit. They got it down pat.
Who's that? Backyard's Barbecue, Matt?
Matt Wilford.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, yeah. Valentine is legit. But, dude, you know what time it is, Jack?
It is, baby.
It is that time, brother.
It is.
Yes, it is. It is.
Awesome, my man.
That went by fast.
It goes by quick, bro. Mm-hmm. It goes by quick.
Yep.
But brother, thank you so much.
It was good to be back. It was good to be on today. Thanks for having me in.
Fuck yeah. Once we do, we're getting into the winter, so we'll be doing more. Once everything slows down with you and the catering and all that good shit, and
yes, sir.
We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun.
That's it.
I don't know if you're doing anything Friday morning from 10 to 12:30, but there's me and C-Mac are going to be together. Right here doing a couple things. So you want to come by and shoot the shit and talk a little Christmas episodes on Friday.
Are you pre-recording?
Oh, yeah.
Getting it done. No COVID ain't stopping me this year.
I remember the time. I remember the days.
Fuck. But
Chrissy, nice to hang out.
You too. You too.
You've been quiet the whole time, Chrissy.
Well, you're here. What am I going to do?
Saw that coming down the pipeline.
Take the pressure off me big time.
All right, brother, hang on one second. Let's roll this.
All right. Deuces.
Awesome. Great catching up with Brother Greg. But next week, Hall of Famer, Dr. Barbecue Ray Lampy, joining us to talk Thanksgiving turkey, all things turkey, Turkey Federation, anything to turkey. It's going down next week with Dr. Barbecue.
I can't wait.
Excited.
I can't wait.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. I'd like to thank you all joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook, YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Have all the episodes right there at your fingertips. Social media, find it, all the links down below. Questions and comments, please send them to pitlife.bbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Chrissy, I will see you on Friday morning.
Heck yeah.
And for the rest of you, until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.